going on?
Hey. You have to do that again, Bill. I think you're muted.
Oh.
There you go.
It's
Happy
KOTG
Tuesday. What's up, everybody? Man, the chat's
evening,
been going
fellas.
off, man. They're like already debating and arguing and showing one another up. It's awesome, man.
Arguing.
Yeah. Who's got the best lawn and all that fun stuff, you know?
So who was first in the chat this week? I didn't think it was LTZ.
Oh. Actually, Lucky Green Stripes was in about a half
Ew.
hour early.
Dang.
Man, so I got to tell this story. What happened to me tonight? So my daughter goes to dance once a week, and my wife takes her because she actually works during it. She does like some OT, so it's like about 2 hours. So I'm like, okay, I got time. I'm gonna get some work done. And so I was gonna mow, and I was gonna spray with my pull behind Brindley, which we'll get to. But so I mowed real quick, mowed everything, ready to go. Filled up my sprayer, did my mix. I was mixing up some herbicide, got it all ready to go, and I realized I couldn't find my phone, and I was looking everywhere, don't know where I put it, and so I have an iPhone, and I had my wife. I logged into my iCloud on my Mac, and I had her keep hitting play a sound. While I was walking my whole property, looked in my car, I looked everywhere, walked my whole property. My neighbor started helping me, and I finally heard it dinging, and it was all the way at my property line of my acre by the field. And I finally found my phone. So
Jeez, man.
it literally ruined.
You were nervous there for a minute.
Yep, I would have been done spraying and everything by the time they got back. And then anyway, I just got done spraying here a little bit ago. So
you know why that happened, don't you?
What?
Them answers that you put in trying to join the Fescue Freaks, it bit you.
Yeah. So and I was like, man, I got so much like content on my phone and stuff. I was like, no. And then, but yeah.
Well, at least you found it, man. That's awesome.
Good, man. Yeah.
Been a worse night if you didn't.
Yeah.
So fall out of your pocket or something, or did you set it down? Like, how to get there?
It fell out of my pocket when I was mowing.
Yeah.
Like, so I'm lucky. Like, and I already I looked for so long that I had it in my mind. Like, okay, well, it's done. Like, I'm gonna have to go to the new phone tomorrow. But nope, ended up finding it.
You're
awesome.
persistent. That's good. Do you have the Find My Phone? Could you have done that too? Did you try to do that? Because my wife and I do that sometimes.
That's what I did, but I mean, I didn't have my phone on the app, so I had to log into iCloud.com, and then I had to log into from my Mac, and then I couldn't like walk around with it, so I had my wife sitting inside the house, just keep hitting the button.
Gotcha.
And yeah, it was
That's crazy.
That is
yeah.
funny,
Now we're
man.
all good.
That sucks.
All good now. Good.
Whew. Close one.
All right, guys. Well, yeah, Chet's itching to go, so why don't we grab a glass?
Yeah, guys. I've already been drinking a
I
little
gotta
bit.
get mine- I gotta get mine
keep
made. I
off
gotta get this
the grass.
ice ball out of here.
Oh, he's bartending.
Oh,
there
yeah.
now.
The big old Spyker ice ball.
Biker
Yeah.
ball.
There you go.
Hey, that's awesome.
Ooh. Gotta hold up.
Who we got tonight, Olee?
Roger, the myth, the man himself.
How we doing?
Spyker.
Roger was back on. When were you guys on previously?
Man, it's been a couple of years.
Sheesh.
Yeah.
Probably 2 years ago, wasn't it?
COVID days, those dark days back
I
then.
I think you were one of our first
Yeah.
one of the few first
30,
guests we
yeah,
had.
That's right.
He's
Yeah.
really on.
Episode
That's right.
30.
Yeah. I went back to try and find it. Yeah. That was a good one, though.
That
It was,
was-
it was that show that convinced me to get the handheld spreader.
Hey,
Mm-hmm.
at least I sold something that day. Oh, no, thanks. That's awesome. Yeah. Well, like I said back then, once you tried it once, you never go back. I mean, there's a lot of impersonating product out there.
yeah.
Once you spread with Spykers, you don't go back.
That's right. That's exactly it. Yeah. So
Yeah,
if you
I
did
like
see
the
that one. Go
the
check
only
it out.
the only Spyker that I've used is the handheld, but I had a Scott's handheld before, and
Oh,
it
yeah.
did fine. But
Yeah.
the Spyker is just a lot smoother, and then when you
Mhm.
transition from the different, I guess the opening sizes, it feels like I don't know, just feels more solid. I guess maybe the thicker plastic. I'm not sure, more robust. And it spreads really good too. So I really like it, and it does feel like it's just well made, and it
Oh,
spreads
yeah.
nice, and it you can just tell when you rotate the gears, like it's a smoother piece of equipment.
I feel
That's
the
right.
same way. Once
the
I loaned
pro.
out loaned my Scots out to my neighbors, and he brought it back broke. I was like, okay, it's time for a new one, and I went with that Spyker 3 years ago, and still
Yeah.
running strong, man.
Yeah, man. That's it.
I do it for fertilizer, and I also do like the salt in the
Mhm.
winter, so
Okay, yeah.
I use it
Yeah.
all year round. It's pretty
Yeah.
awesome.
All 4 seasons for sure.
Yep.
That probably
There
is
you
like
go.
perfect for your lawn too.
Yeah. Get those spiders too,
Yeah.
in the bed,
Right.
around the house. Like you can use
Are you talking about the bag spreader, Brian, or are you talking about the blue handle?
No, the blue handle one.
Man, it's time to
I don't
upgrade
think the
the
bag one came out. It came out a
Last
year
year.
ago.
Yes,
Yeah,
sir.
so
Yeah.
I had the blue handheld one like 3 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, we're going to give a couple of the new bag spreaders away tonight.
Woo,
Nice,
woo.
nice.
See, because whenever
Excited for
Spyker's in town, we're always giving something.
That's awesome.
Especially
Well,
to our
Roger,
loyal followers,
For people that didn't watch the show 2 years ago, maybe they've
Yeah,
picked up a
guys
few
missed out.
followers since then. Maybe
Yeah.
introduce yourself. What do you do for the company? And then let's talk Spyker.
Yeah. So, Roger Beams, my name. And I've worked for Spyker this time 4 years. I've worked for Spyker in the past for another 4 years previously. I've also worked in other companies doing outdoor power equipment, such as aerators, seeders. So a lot of the rental type equipment that you guys and gals may rent out, from rental houses. So a lot of time spent around, probably about 10 years around lawn and garden equipment for, keeping the grass green, let's say. And for Spyker, so I look after the Spyker brand over at Brindley Hardy. So some people in the chat were chatting about the handheld spreader and the fact that they bought a Brindley one, and is it similar to the Spyker? And it is. So we are Brindley Hardy company. We're almost 180 years old. So yeah, it's a good company, 5th generation family business. And Spyker's been around since 1868, so more than 150 years making broadcast spreaders. And funnily enough, the bag spreader was kind of where it all began. So that was, you'll see something here in a little bit.
How old did you say the company was? How many years old is the company?
Over 150.
Oh, yeah. Wow.
1868 was when it was launched. So Northern Indiana's where the roots were. We're based in Jeffersonville, Indiana. So excuse my accent, but I'm in Louisville, Kentucky this evening, just across the river. But yeah, our factory, we've got a couple hundred people working for us, and our factory there, we're doing, fabrication, weld, paint, pack, shipping the products out the door right there in Southern Indiana. So, yeah.
So is the Spyker brand kind of more your residential side of it, and then the Brindley is more commercial, or how do you guys?
It's the opposite.
Two brands.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's split. Yeah. So Brindley's more homeowner, but again, in terms of the quality of that brand, it's going to be, the better brand, the kind of high end consumer brand. So if you compare it to some of the other products that might be similar, you're going to find the features and benefits of the Brindley brand far superior to that of its nearest competitors. And then we also manufacture products for John Deere. So if you go to a John Deere dealer, we also have licensed products that we sell through John Deere dealers. So you'll see some similar products in there also. But again, slightly different specs, even
painted green.
Yes, sir. Yeah, that's it. And then Spyker really, where it began in its history, broadcast spreaders, but it's predominantly been in golf and sports turf. And more recently, in the last sort of 40, 50 years, it's been more in the pro landscaper space. Okay. So it's more professional target market type product. So it's going to be even slightly above, kind of those other couple of brands in terms of the durability, just because people are having to use it every day of the week, for their company. So they're making money with that. The benefit of people that buy that product as a homeowner is, again, it's going to last a really long time. So you're going to get a lot of life out of those products. You may pay a little bit more than the Scots, for instance, like hand crank spreader, but it's going to last you, a lot longer than, the nearest competitor like that. Only because the pros are using them, every day of the week on a golf course. We may only use them at our homes, a few times throughout the seasons. So, you just get the benefit of that engineering and the quality of the build. So, yeah, but that's how we do it.
I heard, speaking of bag spreaders, I heard at some point in the show, we are going to give one away. So
we got two to give away.
Two.
So while we're talking about that, let's check this out.
I want to be the best in the game.
This style was the first you guys ever had. You guys ever made?
That's right. They found that in an antique store somewhere. It's like 150-year-old spreader.
Makes me feel like Johnny Appleseed maybe had a Spyker spreader, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But yeah, there's a 25-pound bag spreader that we've launched, like a year ago now. So you get the calibration, just like we talked about before. The accuracy of Spyker is second to none.
That pattern is like so satisfying.
Yeah.
Look at that. Everybody wants that, right?
We got a good video of that. Of the pattern.
So yeah,
it's a good one.
I'm not really sure when we're gonna do that spin, but later on in the episode, we're gonna spin for two of those. So
yeah. I have to tell you that's a nice little upgrade to the handheld one, because the handheld one, after a while, my wrist gets a little bit sore. But it'd be nice to have that bag wrapped around your shoulder using that. So that's an awesome upgrade to it.
Oh, you're talking about the spreader?
Yeah, the spreader.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah, it's because you're doing this with the smaller 5-pound handhelds, and then you get the 25-pound, and you're kind of doing this. So it's a lot, a lot easier on the carpal tunnel, So
Absolutely.
check it out. The videos are out there on YouTube too. So, and of course our website. We'll be diving a little bit into our website this evening, but there's certainly a lot of good imagery out there, information about that product. All that's on there. We did exhibit that product last year at a number of different shows, and in the last, I guess in the last 6-7 months here. So it's been a real good one. But for overseeding season, especially for people that need to go out and do a little overseeding, put some seed down in some bare spots, kind of rake it up, get some seed down. That's a perfect spreader to use for that. Save you renting a power seeder, and pumping that thing off the back of your truck or trailer. There you go. It's got a nice strap you can pop around your shoulder. And
yeah, someone was asking about like the guard. Looks like they got you got a little guard thing on the back there.
Yeah, I was wondering how the seed doesn't hit you as you're doing it.
There you go. That stops it from hitting you. There's a few that are out on the market that don't have that guard. So that is in the box. That's the only, apart from that and the handle, those are the only two things you have to put on it. So when you get it, you just screw the handle on and put the deflector on.
Okay, there's five easy steps right there. 1,
there
2,
you go.
3, 4, 5.
Yeah, set the
So
dial.
You hold it on your side, then it's not out in front of you.
Yeah, hold it on your side. So kind of there you go.
Okay.
So where that deflector is on the back side there is where it's going to be right where his kind of belt line is. And you can adjust the strap so you can set that how you want. You set the dial, whatever setting you want. And we'll talk about, calibration settings and different things here in a little bit, because there are some slightly different numbers on this one. It makes it real easy to fill up as well, because we've got a support rod inside there. So you don't need two people to hold it. One holding the bag open, one pouring the stuff in. It does it all on its own. So that's a nice feature. You've also got the window too, which is really neat. Especially when you're filling it up like this person's doing, or even, when you're out there spreading, you can kind of see how much is in your bag there. But it is 25 pounds. Yeah, real nice zip on that one. No rusty old, metal zip on that bad boy. We got a real good, chunky zip on there. Nice, corrosion resistant.
I used that last fall to do my overseeding and fertilizing when I did my yard.
Nice, Bill.
At the new place. And it worked really well. So I like the handheld. I like the precision of the handheld. But it's small. So when I was doing, 5,000 square feet, I didn't want to have to go quite as much. And because it's you kind of have it on your hip, and then so it goes out to the sides. You can walk along the sidewalk and along your perimeter and not worry about the overspray with the bigger spreader that doesn't have that edge guard type thing or whatever. So I like that. I will say that little deflector on there, do be delicate with that, because I was too rough with mine and it broke off, and it won't stay on there as well now, and it makes it a little bit more awkward to use the spreader. So don't manhandle it. Just be careful with that. But if, say, you are someone that did snap that or did damage, say the handlebar, how would we get in touch with you guys? Do you guys do could you guys ship out replacement parts for folks that maybe did bust that thing off of there?
Yeah. So, these are covered with a 1-year warranty, commercial grade warranty. So, in an instance where something like that happens, give our customer service a call on our website, 800 number. They are available on there for chat as well. So if you don't want to pick up the phone and talk to somebody, they can help you through there too. Awesome. But yeah, they'll just ask you what the model is and where you need the part sent to, and we'll take care of you. Yeah. I mean, that's
perfect.
If the thing's a couple of years old and, things start falling apart, then, that's, a little different. But if it's new out the box and you've only used it one time and you've got an issue, we want to take care of you. I mean, that's the bottom line for us. We want you to have a great experience with the product. Give us a great review too. So even for the people that, get the 2 tonight, feel free to share good and bad, because, we need the feedback from the users, to help us either improve products or learn about applications. That's how we do a lot of our development, is through voice of customer. And, like I said, A lot of it's been golf, sports turf, and pros, but also now, more recently, especially since sort of COVID and all these things, we've got a lot of people using our products at home. So we want to hear from everybody, all of your experiences of our products. Good and
it's
good
a
and
great,
bad, whatever.
It worked great. It definitely cuts down the time, and just like the handheld, you can really dial in how much you're putting out at one time too. So, you do get that when you're doing GoPro footage, you do get that kind of like that whoosh whoosh, that little Jupiter ring effect when you're spread it out there. It's pretty cool. So it's definitely the gears, you can tell they're well made.
That's right. It's a good one for sure. Yeah, I mean, the other thing about the calibration, so it's got 16 settings on there. I mean, seed's not
real
cheap.
quick. Hold on before you go there. So for calibration.
Oh yeah,
we can if you go to the Spyker website, Spyker.com, you can find their Spyker spreaders calibration, and that's what I'm showing right now. And then
under resources,
spreaders, and then we can click on the bag spreader. If I my computer's being a little weird right now.
Hey, share it over on mine. I got it.
You got it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, you're good. Like you've selected, you just got to
click next. Yeah, click next.
It's got the little highlight on there. Yeah.
Oh, I switched over. So
there you
go. It tells you, what are you spreading? Seed or granule. We'll say seed. And what type of seed are you spreading? We'll say ryegrass.
Cool thing with this thing as well is you can do some feed plots, for deer plotting for the fall. If we've got any hunters on there, probably too busy doing our grass, but
you can put in your application rate.
There you go.
We'll do 2 pounds 1,000. And then it's telling you, set your dial 6.
Okay.
Yeah, for 2 pounds 1,000. So that's
pretty cool. Does that have your walking speed or your
3 miles an hour?
3 miles an hour.
Yes, sir.
Heck yeah.
The
bag spreader would be ideal for food plots, deer hunting and stuff. That way you didn't have to haul equipment to where you're at. You could just walk down in there with that.
It flings it pretty far too.
And it will spread stuff other than grass seed and fertilizer. It'll spread, whatever they're trying to grow for the deer or whatever they're hunting.
Was it like sorghum, oats? There's a bunch of different things. Like
a lot of times it's a mixture.
Testing, with all that stuff, because there's people using that for that. So
next thing you know, the bone collector, I have one of these things, be showing it off.
So Roger, there was a question earlier about the bag sprayer because most of us with the hard case, spreader, we're gonna wash it out, spray it out, or whatever. How are you supposed to wash out or clean out the bag spreader?
Same way. Yeah, it's totally waterproof. I mean, the bag is made of. It would be like a wind cheater kind of jacket. Kind of a nylon. You probably want to let it air dry out. Inside, especially in the winter too. But yeah, you can rinse that thing out. It's all stainless steel hardware inside there. As far as the agitator wire that's in there, and then all injection molded plastic housing and everything. So nothing's going to rust or go bad. The handle and everything's all stainless, so you can rinse that thing out, no problem. I would say just dry it out with a towel. I think we talked about that last time. If you baby your equipment a little bit, have a shop towel or something, just dry it out. It'll be good to go for whatever you put in there next time. Because that's the biggest reason equipment fails is because, especially fertilizer being used on a lot of stuff, doesn't get cleaned. It gets left. Goes hard, or you have to bust that stuff out of there, or it just eats into different materials. So, but good question. Give it a rinse out. Maybe a little, Dove soap if you need it.
That is what she said.
I'm a little late.
That's right.
A little late. I had to find. I'm rusty. I had to find the buttons.
Oh man, you're funny. Yeah. But you know, that's a real good product. And again, the 5-pounder is great. You know, if you just want to use that, because it's got that scoop kind of design to it, so you can scoop out the seed or fertilizer, whatever you're doing. You know, I've used it in the past. You know, years ago when I had a yard. I don't have a yard anymore. I'm a bad guy, but because I'm too busy out telling everyone about Spyker. You know? I don't have time to work on it. Plus, I've had like 3 back surgeries, so that killed me. But but with that spreader, I mean, when I used to use that, man, like it was great because you just scoop in the bag, you know, a 50-pound bag of seed. I mean, you could just whirly bird that wherever you needed it, you know, in those patches where, you know,
I used a little blue one for the flower beds with the pre-emergent, like the granular pre-emergent.
It's perfect.
You can get around the bushes and everything. It works great for that.
Works great. Yeah, and there's a lot of guys using it for pesticides as well. You know, insects are a problem too, you know, more and more.
I use it along my little devil strip between the sidewalk and the street. You go down one side, then come back the other, and boom.
It's perfect.
Double dose every time.
Yeah. You know, you got to have the wall of Spyker spreaders and rollers, and, you know, drop-in sprayers. You got to have all the stuff. You know, we got to be making sure we give you all the things you need. To make
so you guys make those big lawn rollers too, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So I've always been curious because you know, I don't have any big equipment to pull a big heavy one. But if say you have, you know, so I'm thinking my yard, you know, I do overseeding, whatever. You know, aside from like killing off the lawn and totally regrading it, bringing in dirt and kind of leveling it out, would running over it with a roller like that, you know, annually, along with then maybe some aeration annually, could you potentially kind of flatten out some of the more bumpy areas of a lawn with something like that, or is that asking too much of a tool like that?
No. I mean, so this guy right here, I mean, this is a, you know, 30. What is this? This is 24. Well, we have 24 by 36. This is 18 by 24. This one, right? So this is 300 pounds. I'm trying to see what you had up there. 300-pound roller. So pretty heavy. You know, you can fill it with water. You know, you can lift it by one hand when it's empty. It's pretty lightweight. But to answer your question, I mean, in the spring, after the ground kind of softens and, you know, it's ready to be kind of early spring, you can roll out any, you know, rough spots for sure. So early spring is good. I wouldn't roll over any freshly seeded areas for certain. This is one of the USL soccer teams near us that's using one to level out their playing surface, you know, because they do get some lumps and bumps after people have been playing different things. So, you know, they're able to level out their ground. I mean, a lot of those fields are built on sand, you know, so it's pretty easy to roll out the rough spots. But yeah, and then this guy, this is our 24 by 36 bigger roller. This is 770 pounds. So if you use a garden tractor or some kind of UTV, you can roll. I mean, it's got a lot of weight in it. You can really
that thing will stripe like nobody's business.
That's what I was going to say. Apparently, that's why a lot of people buy these things.
It will stripe.
They want to get the striping going. You know.
I think what's funny about, like, you know, pictures and videos of these things, you see people walking with them just rolling like it's effortless. And I'll tell you what,
when you put it full of water,
I rented one from our local like Ace Hardware, and I'll tell you what, I did like 2 passes and I was gassed. And I'm like, I mean, it was the worst idea I've ever had. And I'm like, I had to get my
big one.
Plan your turns.
No, it wasn't even a huge one. It was probably like, you know, so I had to get like, so me and my wife literally, like, for the handle, I put like a crowbar through it, and we're both on each side of it, like pulling this thing. I was like, I mean, I swear, I did one side of my yard and I was gassed. I mean, absolutely whipped. And I was like, there's no way I can finish the rest of my yard. So
I have the 18 by 24. And when I seeded at the shop, which is only 4,000 square feet, I went out, poured plug, roughed it up, dropped seed, and then I rolled it to get more seed to soil contact. I'm out there making a video and I fill it up, slam full of water, And you want to talk about toast? I had to finish the 4,000 square feet because I had the GoPro and all rolling. And I'm gonna tell you, it whipped me.
Yeah. But it's just funny how in all the videos it's just they're just smiling and walking like effortless. And that is not the
that
case.
Thing is empty right there.
Oh man, it's so.
Oh, there were secrets right there.
Like, and I didn't even fill it up.
My friend.
I did not even fill it up all the way because like I'm thinking in my head like, man, if this thing gets full, it's gonna be pretty heavy. And then I stopped and I'm like, oh, this is not good. But to your point, like spring is when I
spring.
Like. I like to do it.
Like, range, the soil's nice and soft and things are growing.
Yeah.
I'd like to do that, but I know that's my fear is exactly what you guys are saying is like, geez, I'm just not in shape. Like I'll have to be toast. But yeah, I mean, it is a good workout. But if I'm going to commit to doing that though,
right,
will it actually have a meaningful benefit? So if I do that, I could see a little bit of leveling it, and then
for sure.
The thing is whenever your soil freezes, like through the winter, it will get real fluffy. Like whenever it starts freezing and getting ice crystals and stuff. So after that thaws,
that's how I get.
Instead of going out there and mowing and making some ruts, believe it or not, you go out there and roll it, and then you can take care of all of that and get it smashed back down.
That's right.
But you got the perfect shirt for that. That's sore as AF. That's a perfect shirt, man.
Yeah. Just go down to your local gym and recruit some guys that want to do CrossFit or something. Be like, hey,
hell yeah.
You guys want to work out? Come over. I got to work out for you.
There you go.
That's what it is. Yeah.
I found when I've used it and I had it fully loaded, and again, it was a few years ago, is to really plan your turns, right? So trying to go to the end of the row and stop and trying to turn the rope, like it just doesn't work. So you've got to kind of plan that. You kind of have to do a wide turn and get it, and then come back and get the row that you missed, on the next one, and kind of do it like that.
Kind of.
And do the ends. Yeah. And then do the ends on their own. And then that was at least my experience with it was, like you say, it was tough. It was once you got it rolling, it's all right, but turning it is pretty hard. But if you can kind of plan it and get a wide turn done on it, and then come back around and kind of hit that one on the way back that you missed, and kind of do the like you say, figure eight, and then just hit the top and the bottom, then you're out there. And you're ready for it.
It wasn't heavy.
You're ready for a beer.
Job right. Like it's probably got to be heavy to make it good. So
exactly.
Like if it was real lightweight, I mean it'd probably be junk. So
right.
I mean, you just gotta man up.
That's it. But that smaller one, you can use just a lawn, like a riding lawnmower.
Yeah.
I mean, check your manuals, check your weight capacities, that kind of thing for your transmissions, because you don't want to, blow your mower up. I know zero turns have a lot less weight pulling capacity, but a lot of the earlier riding lawnmowers, not garden tractors necessarily, you can probably use the smaller one, with a machine like that, or like an ATV. If you've got an ATV handy, you could use that, because again, early spring, maybe you're not so worried about tearing it up too much, because you're going to renovate anyway. So
sure. But
yeah, it's a good one. Of course, if you want to put down a bocce court, that was a big thing back in the lockdown era. People were buying those rollers like they were going out of fashion, to put their bocce courts in the yards, or even hardscaping, right? So you want to lay down a sand bed and put down a patio. Those things are great for that. Yeah, laying down the sand bed. So there's a lot of different uses for it. And the nice thing with it is when you empty it out, especially the smaller one, and even the big one is not heavy, but when it's empty, you can hang them on the wall. It's not like it's this, everyone imagines like the old steel roller you used to see, just parked somewhere, like that thing's never moving, but every 10 years or something, up at the sports field or wherever. And, these things, you can hang them in your garage, keep them looking good and, free of rust. And,
Olee, don't you have a metal one? Olee?
Yeah.
Don't you have a metal one?
Metal what?
Metal roller.
But for my tractor, yeah. It's a 24 by 90 inch, and it will flat lay some stripes. But
there you go. Yeah.
The other thing is that I have is a mulch and mower.
Oh, dude.
Absolutely love it for top dressing with chicken, granulated chicken.
Mm.
And that bad boy will put 40 pounds to the 1,000 without a shadow of a doubt. And that was my biggest goal, because I have other push spreaders, but they will not touch that kind of I guess you'd say material drop or spread or whatever, because it's got the big gate, the big single gate.
The bigger gate. Yeah. Yeah. So you can do, that spreader. I mean, that's the Cadillac. I mean, of all the spreaders out there. I mean, that's what PGA's using. PGA of America. I mean, it's used all over the world on different golf courses because of the top dressing capability, but also, it's year-round use as well. But yeah, it's a real good one. You can put down pen mulch with that, or Lesco mulch. The reason why it was called Mulch and More is because of the ability to put down the pen mulch, which is kind of that seed starter, coated seed. Is kind of a fluffy seed. So it's quite, awkward to get through a regular spreader opening, especially if you've got a 3-hole spreader. Not going to go through a 3-hole spreader. So that's why we have the Mulch and More with the bigger opening. So you can go beyond your regular Spyker setting, on the regular spreader. With the Mulch and More, you can kind of push right through past that. We actually cut out a notch in the dial, and you can open it all the way. So it's got a real good opening on there. But top dressing, organic materials, more and more are becoming the, kind of the thing, especially with the cost of nitrogen and different stuff. Yeah. Sand.
Do you recommend sand with your spreaders?
So you could do it with the Mulch and More. You can definitely do it. And the reason why I say that one is because we have a top dressing kit, so you can actually change the spinner shaft out and put a shorter one in, and it can actually cap off the opening or the upper part of that shaft where you would normally have an agitator wire, because what we don't want to do is put sand down into our gearbox. Because that kill your spreader. But we do have a top dressing kit available for that S60 spreader, which you can buy as an accessory, and then that's what the PGA is using for the tee boxes and greens, to put kiln dried sand through those spreaders, and they go out early in the morning, after the irrigation's run, especially the hot areas, in the south, especially Florida. They'll put down the sand over the top of the water, so the roots are continuing to get water to them throughout the day, before the heat of the day kicks in. So that's why you kind of see that shiny, kind of silvery effect. If anyone, and you guys probably have it on a lot of your lawns too when you've top dressed, but you kind of get that silvery effect, and that's the sand, reflecting off the sun. And it's helping keep that water down by the roots, which is what you want. You don't want, especially as it gets hotter and hotter. I mean, it's crazy how hot.
So can that thing do like screen topsoil too? Is that what it could do mulch, like actual mulch?
I wouldn't use that. No. So it doesn't do like bark mulch or it won't do topsoil. I would just do dry, real dry sand.
Okay.
We recommend kiln dried, like it's been in an oven. And we demo, we've done demos with that spreader like that at different events. But yeah, like for topsoil and things like that, I know you've had the Lancy guys on here. I think something like that is kind of the perfect thing for
the compost spreader.
And top
that works pretty well. Yeah.
If you want to use some other type of sand that maybe isn't kiln dried, you just want to go get some play sand or something,
Sure.
the store, because that stuff can get pretty wet. So you put it in the spreader and it's just going to sit there. It's not going to flow out the spreader. So that's what I would do is, use something like that, expanded metal roller type, spreader. And those look pretty good. I mean, I've looked at them; they look decent. So, yeah,
gotcha.
I'd use that.
Well,
What else we got? Toe spreader. You'll talk about toe spreader.
Whoa.
Okay.
Let's get into lawn of the week, and then let's take names for the wheel, and then let's talk about the kind of spoil it there, but the new product launch. Who's taking this? Who's taking this away?
Not me.
Where's the tunes, man? Where's the tunes?
Crank it up. This week,
You know,
Lawn of the Week. Got some special skills.
It's that time, fellas. It's that time of the week.
And Nate made it, and his vote didn't count.
I did not vote this week.
So if
I
you
might
see
tell you
him,
something.
never
The
buy him a
winner.
beer. The winner, never buy him a beer because he did not vote for you.
No. You'll know why. You'll know why.
So this one's actually a reel this week, you guys. All right. So for the uninitiated, keep off the grass. We here do a weekly lawn of the week contest. If you're posting pictures of your lawn or reels, if you're out there in the lawn cutting your grass, use the hashtag KOTG lawn of the week. We all follow that hashtag. We're all checking it out each week. Send each other pictures, reels, and we vote on who's got the lawn of the week. Don't do it in a story because we don't always see it in real time. We might miss it. So it's got to be something that'll stick around. So a post or a reel. And then winners get their choice of Pro Peat fertilizer, whatever you can find on the Home Depot website, 25-pound bag, any kind of grade, greens grade, whatever, any ratio they have, or the fossil product as well. And then you get admission into the Keep Off the Grass Lawn of the Week Club. El Presidente, Drunk Lawn Guy, give you an invite to the Discord, hang out with the guys. They're a good bunch of guys, a lot of wisdom in that group. So this week's winner submitted a reel, and it's going with mowing lines.
Mowing lines.
Mowing lines.
Look at that bad boy.
Nice and curvy.
Curvy lines.
Clean.
Nate likes them.
And their
Sad
lines,
part-
not
the sad part
stripes.
is the inner Nate wants to get out there on that new John Deere and make curvy stripes.
Nope.
Oh,
Yep.
That mower's only going to mow straight stripes, boys.
You better practice.
Those are some good looking stripes, though, man. He's really following that pattern well.
yeah.
Well,
Nice
the
uniform.
big thing is when you look at that, everything is the same size. He's not overlapping and getting a skinny.
No. Mhm.
Everything is tip
Good
to tip.
Precise.
Same exact curvature on each one. Sometimes when I've tried doing curves before,
Dang,
Like-
Nate, he disappeared there for a minute.
I'm here.
the angle isn't like the same.
Yeah,
that's
you get off a little bit, and then it just
You get
kind of
off a little bit, and it
amplifies.
just makes the whole thing look, like oh, that was on this degree, this was on this, like,
It looks short too.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Very contrasty.
Well,
I'll say
congrats,
the-
mowing lines.
The grass is nice, but
Mhm. And look at that little light
Better.
post there. It's right up to it too.
yeah.
No wispies or nothing.
So I'll reach out to you, get you in contact with Pro P, whatever you want to pick. Just so you guys know, the last week we picked two winners, and they actually both chose the fossil product. So
Ew.
we got some fossil coming out to them pretty soon. So yeah,
Congratulations.
Awesome. Yeah, congrats, brother.
That's great.
congrats.
That means a lot. That means a lot coming from me. So
All right, so we've been talking about the giveaway. So that's where I come in. I'm the Wheel of Names dude. So for you guys that would like to be entered in for the 2 bags spreader giveaway from Spyker, we're going to have you type in the word Spyker into chat, and I'll grab your names. We'll enter it, and then we'll do some drawings here shortly at the end of the show. But thanks again for Spyker for sponsoring that giveaway, and that's a pretty awesome one. So you guys better jump in on it. Whoa,
Nate,
there we
don't
go.
you have a Spyker spreader too?
I do. I
Didn't you
was
win one?
so at GIE in 2021.
Yeah,
We-
yeah.
Was threw my name into the hundreds of entries, and I was lucky enough that I believe it was Jake the Lawn Kid who drew my name out of the winners, and so I went over and collected my nice spreader, and that's what I use at my house. I love it. It's a good quality spreader, and like I said, that's what I use in my house.
Which one is it? Is it a 50 pound or what? You know
I
what?
believe it is 50
model.
pound.
Yeah, I think yes, yeah. Because I'll put a 50-pound bag. I take a 50-pound bag of Pro Pete and throw it in there, and that's what I have for one application. So,
Nice.
Yeah.
And Brent
Awesome.
did that too this week. He used his Spyker
Yeah.
spreader.
Yeah, he's got a Spyker. Yeah.
Yep. So yeah, good deal.
Thank you. Yeah.
But I will say one of my favorite things about Spyker is they got these little ice balls, and got some of those, and so
Those are famous. Yeah.
Yeah, right there. Ole's got one.
Ole's got the old school one. You know.
I got the big boy, but I got some of the small ones, that we won at
beanbag
TIE. I don't think that Nate could ring anything. I think I got a video of him missing.
The opposite. I think I was just knocking him down left and right.
I can play
this video. I'll send it to Zach and we can play it.
You asked Zach about who was the ringer in bag toss.
Well, that's a different story.
Yeah.
That's cornhole.
Yeah, but no, actually, if I remember right, Olee, I think I switched a couple of mine, and I probably gave you one of my extras because I had too many.
No,
I sunk
that's what it was.
At the GIE event. I sunk a couple of those, but you did kick my ass at the
cornhole.
So who's going to Equip Expo and meeting Spyker in person?
There you go. We'll be there.
Yeah. But
so you guys got a new product that you were
yeah, we do.
Oh,
out here.
Yeah.
Let's hear about this.
Just launched last week.
Check this out.
Yeah.
holy cow.
Wow.
That's a big boy.
Monster, yeah. Let Zach get behind that. Why is this music so hard? I want to fertilize so bad. That's an aggressive commercial.
200
That's awesome.
pounds?
Because we're heavy duty.
That's sick.
The music has to go with it.
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Heavy
man.
duty. Yeah, that's right.
Gets you pumped for lawn care.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Does that have the big gate in it also?
It does.
As large as the mulch and more?
I don't know if it's as large as the mulch and more, but it's a bigger gate opening.
Okay.
For sure. Yeah.
That was like I say, the reason I went after the mulch and more was to top dress with the chicken poo.
Right.
And that's a heck of a spreader there.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
So.
Yeah, it's got the hole big enough in the bottom of that hopper, the big opening. So
and another thing about y'all spreaders is you have the option. I don't know the correct name, but you have the wedge that's right up under it where it diverts where your material hits the propeller or the spreader
spinner. Yeah.
And a spinner. Well, I'll get one of these words right, but that way
you're good.
You can control if it's heavy to the left or right. You can move your pattern.
Yeah.
Or AccuWay. That's what we call that. So you can direct your pattern because we got a single hole opening.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the whole concept of having 3 holes is you don't have to maybe adjust your pattern, which is a myth. You still have to adjust one of the openings. But on the single hole opening, you get a lot more material through there without clogging, but we can control it by using a diffuser in the back of the opening or in the front of the opening. There's a lot of information out on our YouTube page about, AccuWay. So definitely check that out. But we can, if the spread is heavy left in terms of its spread pattern, we can adjust it and bring it back to dead center. So, that's just how we do it through the use of the AccuWay.
Mm-hmm.
Interesting. Does that when you set that, will it always stay that way, or do you see that it gradually maybe moves and every once in a while you got to go back and adjust it back?
That stays, depending on your open of the gate, you may have to adjust.
So that's what I was going to ask. So I noticed like if I'm spreading, like, let's just say like Milorganite real small and I'm on like a 3 opening versus something that's bigger and like a 7 or 8, I noticed that maybe what I thought was, centered is not centered anymore. Is that is that accurate?
It's possible, yeah,
Okay.
because you've got such a small opening, so there's more material falling to the back of the opening, hitting that diffuser, and maybe again, depending on the specific density of that material, is depending on where it's going to land on the spinner. If it's further forward, it's going to launch much later, so you want to adjust your actuate diffuser slightly, maybe draw it back just a little bit, and it's pretty simple adjustment. Yeah, you can see the diffuser in the back of the opening there. So I would never have it as far forward as that, but you've got a mirror image of itself on the other side. So
that's sand right there, correct?
There you go. That's got some sand going through there.
I think the thing is, guys could use one of those things to top dress with.
I think it's just going to wear on your bearing. That's all it's going to do. You're just going to see a lot more wear on your bearing.
Introducing the grit.
Yeah,
I think like
it's replaceable.
All seed and like fertilizer companies, they should be required to like make their product like a bright color, because almost all of it's like brown.
It's hard to see.
It's so like you watch these videos and you see this awesome pattern, and I'm sure that's the same pattern that's coming out on mine. But I'll tell you right now, when I'm pushing, I'm like staring at it, like trying to figure out like how like
Pro Pete's easy to see, being a light color.
Yeah. And we're putting a lot down for the video. So,
obviously, but that's one thing. I'm always like I'm pushing, I'm like trying to figure out like, man, exactly where's it hitting, and make sure I'm not overlapping too much or not enough or whatever. But
there's the mulching more. So that's got the Accuway on the fly through that remote cable.
Okay.
But you just want that little diffuser just to be in the back of the opening is really where you want it. Unless there's spreaders.
And that's what'll kind of adjust the angle of it shooting out. That little diffuser there, that was kind of going back and forth.
To the left or right or center.
Okay.
Yeah. Cool. And it's got the instructions in the manuals when you get the spreader. But the videos are a lot easier to kind of understand. We've done a few newer ones, even this year, to kind of go through, some of the things like the dial. But, again, with the accuracy of the dial, because we can dial it in 95 seconds on our dial. So you can, really dial in your calibration, but then also with the spread pattern accuracy, you're not getting any striping. You're not overspreading, not underspreading. So you don't have to, reapply because you got weeds or, or you're under applying, you got weeds, or you're over applying and you got damage, So we really want to try and get it as accurate as possible in all areas,
What do you guys state on like the 50-pounder?
Mm-hmm.
What is the like spread width? Is there a stated like it's what is that width?
Well, it depends on what you're spreading, but it's up to 12 feet.
Okay.
So 6 feet either side. Again, if you're spreading a different size fertilizer, there's a lot of different stuff out there. There's material that's almost like a dust, but then there's granular fertilizer, which is a lot more, that's going to drop sooner than the dusty stuff, So, and then seed is going to behave differently as well. There's a lot of different aerodynamics as well with the materials.
With the rates on your walk behind or your push, your self-propelled, human-propelled spreaders, are they all assuming you're going 3 miles an hour?
Yes,
and
sir.
Is that the same, or how fast do they assume you go when you're doing one of the toe behind ones?
So that's a good question, Bill. So 3 miles an hour is the typical walking speed.
Is that like industry standard? Do you know, or is
it is? Yeah. No, it's industry standard.
It is? Okay, cool. I didn't know that, so that's good to know.
Your local friendly landscaper will walk 3 miles an hour everywhere.
I start out at 3.
What's a mile per gallon?
By the time I get on about the 15th bag, I'm about 2.
That's it.
Get on the treadmill. You slow down towards the end, sure. Lose your vigor.
That's why I can only go 3 on the treadmill. It's just but no, 3 miles an hour is industry standard. But
makes sense.
Like the ride on, you can do 5 miles an hour. So we do have calibration charts for 5 miles an hour. So if you have the new 200-pound SPY 200, the biggest seed spreader out there, you can run that thing at 5 miles an hour behind your lawn tractor or mower, and at 5 miles an hour. But you've got to refigure your calculations for calibration. So look at the ride-on spreader manual online, because it does have that chart in there. So it says, you know, at 3 miles an hour, set the gate to, you know, 2.5. Well, at 5 miles an hour, it's really 2 or something like that. I haven't got specifics, but, you know, it obviously is reduced or increased, I should say. It'd be the other way around. Whereby you're putting, you know, more material down because you're moving faster. So just check that out. I mean, that's an easy way. You can go on the website, look at the resources. You don't have to buy a ride-on, but you can at least look and see what the conversion is, or call our 800 number. We'll give you that information as well, or shoot me an email, whatever. I can get you that info. But yeah, a riding mower will go 5 miles an hour.
What do you use now? What do you use to spread your seed now? I don't remember.
Well, I've got something new for this year. I've actually got the 12-volt powered, and I had the part number in my head, but now it's
S80.
It's a 120 something, right?
It's S80.
S80.
Sierra 80 120 10. Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yep.
I had the part number in my head and it disappeared. I know it's a 120-pound hopper, but it's 12-volt powered. And I've got it behind my little tractor. So as a core plug, and I'm introducing holes, I can go ahead and seed or fertilize and get in those holes and cut out one step. In the past, I would run the core plugger, go get on the permagreen, spread my seed, possibly run the core plugger again, and then spread my fertilizer. So now I can just set my butt on the tractor and ride. And as I'm core plugging, the Spyker will be kicking out either grass seed or fertilizer.
Cool.
So
that's pretty sweet.
That's genius, Olee.
It's pretty genius.
Yeah.
This has got the bigger opening too. So you know, you don't have to go buy the, it's what, $15.99. So I want to say the mulching mower's $1,000. So for, you know, $600, you get this bad boy. It's got variable speed control, throws up to 16 feet. So even more than the regular push spreaders.
So do you let it just overlap, Olee? Because right, if you're core plugging while you're shooting that stuff out, that spreads beyond your cores.
But like he said, you got adjustability with the variable speed, so you can sort of chill out the speed, and that way the width will come down. Or if I'm doing like fertilizer or something, I may let it go ahead and kick on. You know,
you might as well,
the chicken food normally.
Sure.
Yeah, there's your variable speed.
That's pretty sweet, man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's nice.
It's a good one.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, I last year when y'all had it at the expo, it was pretty cool. Sat there and played with the dial and stuff and sped it up.
Yeah. He'll be there this year, so come and check it out.
So are you saying the spinner has 95 clicks? Is that what you said a while ago?
On the dial, yeah, we got 95 settings. Yeah. So you can really dial in the calibration. You know,
I'm always turning it too fast. I know it, but I have to slow down count.
That's right.
Hey, Roger.
Yeah, yes, sir.
Oh, I heard a rumor that KOTG was actually going to be drawing one of the names for a giveaway this year at GIE. Is that true?
There you go. Now you got to show up.
Yeah, I mean, come on. Yeah. Yeah.
You can do like I did last year, and you can draw a name that you can't pronounce.
That's right.
Come and
do it.
Before you were like, watch me not be able to pronounce this.
Yeah, and then I was like, God, I can't.
Wow. Yeah.
It couldn't have been Billy Bob. I mean, it would have been wonderful if it was Billy Bob. Or what's his name? Bobby. Oh crap! From Talladega Nights.
Ricky Bobby.
Ricky Bobby. Yeah. What could have been Ricky Bobby?
No, it'll be good. We'll be doing some giveaways this year as well. So
awesome.
We'll have outside demo area again. So, you know, come and check out products out there. So you can push rollers and
man.
Win your
ball.
I need a roller next to my compost.
Other swag. Yeah. That's right. You know. Yeah, come try stuff out. That's the cool thing about
annual cardio.
Yeah. That's the cool thing about that show. You can try the stuff out, you know.
Sweet. Yeah. I'll be there. Yeah.
Fingers crossed for the weather, you know.
Exactly.
Yeah, last year was cold.
I'm doing great, man. I'm ready to go.
Awesome.
You guys are ready to go. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
All right.
Spin this wheel.
Let's give 2 of these away.
Let's see. All right, so we had 40 names entered in here.
All right.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Okay.
So I will shuffle it 3 times, and then we will do our first spin.
Can you make it full screen?
Yep, I'll go full screen right after shuffle. There you go. All right. I got the little bag spreader on there in the center, so you guys can see that.
I like that.
Good job.
That's it. Maybe
All
we'll
right,
do
so-
that at the web show. You know, we'll have a board with the thing stuck to the middle.
Yeah. All right, so this is for the first bag Spyker spreader, 25-pound bag. Here we go. All right, Caden Schick.
Right, Caden.
That's the first winner. Now, Roger, what do you want them to reach out to us or reach out to you guys on Instagram? How do we want to do that?
I think if they reach out to you, then tell us
Perfect.
where we need to send it. You know these guys.
Okay. All right, you guys message the KOTG Instagram page. We'll get your name and address and all that stuff forwarded over to Spyker, and they'll get it out to you.
Yeah.
If they want to, they can Instagram message me, and I can handle it.
And Olee too, whoever.
Give us a review too. You know, we want to hear
Absolutely.
your experience.
Oh,
with it,
yeah.
You know, let us know what you think.
Get it, post it, tag
it.
them, review it for them.
You review on
That's
the
the least
website.
you could do.
Yeah.
Make a cool video of the spread pattern.
Oh yeah, dude. Put it out there. You know,
Yeah.
Spyker spreaders. Yeah.
Get
Right,
creative.
Spyker spreaders.
Make your kids do it because it's going to be that easy.
That's it.
All that fun stuff.
You don't need them to help you anymore because you don't.
Yeah, that's right. You strap
come
this
here,
onto
hold
their
this.
back and they're ready to go.
That's right.
All right. Here we go for the second bag, 25 bag spreader.
Yeah. Like Wheel of Fortune.
Oh, fescue operator.
That's a dirty, dirty wheel.
Yeah.
Well, Ahon's like won a couple along the weeks and something else. So
Yeah.
good to see
Alex.
winning go to
There
someone
you go.
else.
Congratulations. Yeah. Well, you never know. You might have won the lottery if you played the $1 billion lottery. You maybe won that too. You know. So if you've got your Spyker spreader at $1 billion, you know, it's all good.
Exactly.
Rescue operator. He's one of the week club.
Oh,
Yep.
It's
Yep.
got the
perfect.
Toro Super Recycler. Yeah.
I'll be using that to put some stuff down.
Nice. Congratulations, guys.
Congratulations. Yeah. Thanks.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Spyker, for doing that. We appreciate it. And
Yeah. Thank you.
Welcome.
it's awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you, guys.
Glad to be part of the KOTG family.
There
Yeah,
you go.
Yeah.
exactly. We'll try to have you guys back before 2 years again.
But yeah, let's do it. Yeah.
Need to do one of the winter ones.
Crazy last year. Yeah.
Talk about like your blue version with the
Oh yeah, for
ice,
winter.
Oh, yeah.
ice melt. And all
Ice
that
melt.
stuff.
Oh, yeah.
That's right. Yeah.
That'd be a good winter episode.
That's right. We could do a winter episode. You know, this
We
year's
get it.
not as crazy as it has been. The last 2 years have just been insane. People using spreaders, so it's good. But yeah, I was tied up last year. But yeah, check out the winter spreaders on Spyker.com. And yeah, we'll be back. We'll do a winter
Yeah, that'd be
session.
awesome.
We got some cool video with some drone shots we can look at.
Oh,
Nice.
cool.
Okay.
Pretty sweet. Yeah.
So if people want to, get some more information about Spyker, what's your channels on social media that they can do some research, and get to know Spyker a little bit better?
Definitely. Yeah. So the website, Spyker.com, and all of our handles, through all the regular socials is at Spyker Spreaders. And we got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook,
Twitter.
Awesome.
Well, X.
LinkedIn, X, whatever it is now. Yeah. LinkedIn. If you're into that stuff, there's some cool stuff on there too. Wherever I think even what's the one the kids look at? Like my daughter looks at it.
TikTok.
TikTok, right? They got some cool TikToks.
Now there's more than just kids on TikTok.
Yeah. I was on it like for a couple of weeks, and I was like, "Man, this is good." But there's some cool reels on there. So Spyker's marketing team have been doing a good job getting that content put out. We talk to people using the product, local landscapers, local homeowners that we work with, and some of the people on here as well. So share your content, and we'll certainly share it out amongst our followers as well. But I'd love to see you guys give us a follow.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
All right. Well, we appreciate it
too.
Yeah. Everybody go see him at GIE.
Yeah.
Looks like a few people are already planning on it. So stop by, say hi,
Be fun.
tell them who you are, tell you who you represent.
That's right.
And
come see us. I'll be inside. Yeah.
And thank you for the live chat, guys. Thanks for showing up and supporting
everybody.
us and supporting Spyker. We appreciate you guys every single week. You guys have a good one out there, and we'll see you next week.
Go Hawks.
Go Raiders. Are the Raiders still around?
Somewhere.
Yeah, they're out in
Refrigerator Perry.
Vegas or something.
I think